Hello everyone and welcome back to the Star Destroyer Oppression. Today we will be discussing the new hoops that YouTube has set up for monetization. Take us out of Lightspeed, Jippo.
Achoo! No! Wagwa!
So, YouTube has set up new policies for smaller channels and monetization. Let's have a look at the email that Google sent us and go over it a bit. Additional changes to the YouTube Partner Program to better protect creators. 2017 marked a tough year for many of you, with several issues affecting our community and the ad revenue from advertising through the YouTube Partner Program. Despite those issues, more creators than ever are earning a living on YouTube, with the number of channels making over 6 figures, up to 40% year over year. In 2018, a major focus for everyone at YouTube is protecting our creator ecosystem and ensuring your revenue is more stable. Yeah. It's not been stable as far as I can tell. The constant flux between monetized, semi-monetized, and demonetized on a single video, and even videos with no controversial topics in them at all. Look, I get that it's an extreme amount of videos that is uploaded every hour to YouTube, and it's impossible to have humans sift through every single one of them. A bot is required to check the videos, and humans do random checks and check when people have questioned the semi or demonetization. But the bot needs tweaking, that's for sure. And in general, I think controversial topics need to be discussed, dissected, and countered. And it seems a bit willy-nilly at times when, say, an LGBT person makes a video about LGBT problems, and that video is fully monetized. While, say, if I were to make a video on my opinions on the matter, with or without including said video, mine would not be monetized, or at least semi-monetized. This was just an example based on many content creators' stories. But we've also seen LGBT, feminists, and similar channels get their videos semi-demonetized as well. So in general, I don't think the bot has a political bias programmed into it. As Susan mentioned in December, we're making changes to address the issues that affected our community in 2017, so we can prevent bad actors. I wonder what they mean with bad actors here. Now this one should have been more clarified in my book. Bad actors from harming the inspiring and original creators around the world who make a living on YouTube. A big part of the effort will be to strengthen our requirements for monetization so that spammers, impersonators, and other bad actors... Okay, well that clarifies it a bit. But they still add bad actors in there once again, so there would be a need for more clarification. And other bad actors can't hurt our ecosystem or take advantage of you, while continuing to reward those who make our platform great. If you make good content and have a lot of people watching, it is indeed a good thing that they are rewarded. Back in April of 2017, we set a YouTube Partner Program eligibility requirement to 10,000 lifetime views. And this goal, although steep for a new channel, if you make 100 videos, just means that you have to have 100 views per video, which is not unattainable. Or if you get lucky and hit a viral video, then you will be there in one video. While that threshold provided more information to determine whether a channel followed our community guidelines and policies, it's been clear over the last few months that we need a higher standard. In the end, YouTube is a company that has been bleeding money for some time. And with the adpocalypse and so many big companies withdrawing from airing ads on YouTube, no wonder changes had to be made. I get that. It is a company after all, and the company needs to make money. And a lot of people depend on the income from YouTube one way or the other. But to entrust your entire livelihood on YouTube is to me folly. Unless you make a hell of a lot of money and save most of it, in case shit goes tits up for you and your channel, I suggest you keep a second income of some kind. However, if you're unemployed, well then YouTube is a good way to earn at least some money, if you get to be a somewhat big channel, that is. Of course, you could become lucky and get some lovely patrons, like me. This will be a good start for your channel. Starting today, we are changing the eligibility requirement for monetization to 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. We have arrived at these new thresholds after thorough analysis and conversations with creators like you. Well now, I wonder how many smaller channels were talked to about this. It would be interesting to find out. 4,000 hours is a really hard goal to make. Unless you're able to upload daily, it will be extremely hard to hit this mark for most smaller creators. The thing is that it will most likely just be the drama stream channels that will reach this mark. 4,000 hours is nothing when you cover drama. People seem to eat that shit up like Skittles or something. Personally, it saddens me that it will benefit the drama channels more than other creators. Sure, you can do live streams on your own and you will most likely get some views, and if you stream for a long time, which I do on my game streams, which are unfortunately on my gaming channel. But even then, it will be hard to get to the 4,000 hour mark. Sure, if I had not tried to clean up my video list by removing streams when I started streaming, I might have been there now. They will allow us to significantly improve our ability to identify creators who contribute positively to the community and help drive more ad revenue to them and away from bad actors. There we are with the bad actors again. These higher standards will also help us prevent potentially inappropriate videos from monetizing, which can hurt revenue for everyone. Yeah, still with the bad actors, it will still need to be clarified. Would I be considered a bad actor for going against, say, the absurdity of the PC culture? For having issues with Islam? And so forth and so on. Would be good to know. And inappropriate videos. If it's ISIS videos training terrorists or some stupid asshole using a suicide to gain views, sure. If it's somewhat bad language or controversial topics, I don't agree in the slightest. But yeah, I get it. The companies buying ads from YouTube have them by the balls, so to speak. Especially when they join forces to apply pressure. Otherwise, YouTube would be holding the most power if they came one by one. Since YouTube more or less have taken over TV in regards of views, many advertisers want to be shown on YouTube. On February the 20th, we will also implement this threshold across existing channels on the platform to allow for a 30-day grace period. On this date, channels with fewer than 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours will no longer be able to earn money on YouTube. When they reach 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, they will be automatically re-evaluated under strict criteria to ensure they comply with our policies. New channels will need to apply, and their applications will be evaluated when they hit these milestones. Well, that gives all smaller channels a month to try and get to that 4,000 hour mark. Which, as I said, is not an easy thing to do for the smaller channels, but at least it's a month. That's something. Though these changes will affect a significant number of channels, 99% of those affected were making less than $100 per year in the last year, with 90% earning less than $2.50 last month. Any of the channels who no longer meets the threshold will be paid what they've earned based on our AdSense policies. After thoughtful consideration, we believe these are necessary compromises to protect our community. Yeah, starting with the last bit, yeah, of course, if you made videos, there were ads on them, you've earned that money, you should get that money, even if you're removed from the YPP afterwards. Right, and this is the main part of my video. Is it shit to lose a potential income? It sure is. Will it affect me much? Nope, not really. Now let's have a look at my ad revenue from the start of my channel to the last 12 months on its own. As you can see, for going on almost 2 years now, granted that I didn't start making videos instantly, but still, I have made a grand total of $21.59. Time to buy a sports car, right? And now for the full year of 2017, $13.41. All those hours put into making my videos, and this is what it all comes down to money-wise. But I started my channel because I wanted my voice to be heard, no matter how few people heard it. So basically it was something to fill up my time, so I do something constructive with my free time. So as you can understand, I'm not very chuffed about the ad revenue here. In fact, a few of my patrons donated around the amount I got for all of 2017 each month. And I can't thank you guys enough, by the way. It makes me happy that you believe in me and my content. Your donations help me with stuff I need to improve. Like, for instance, I've gotten 2 new hard drives, more RAM for my PC, a 3D intro and outro. Almost all of my crew members have been remade to be original characters, and a few new poses for my avatar. Okay, so let's take a look at what a channel will keep and lose if it doesn't reach the 1K sub and 4K hour watch time goal. Let's start with what we get to keep. We get to keep cards. These are links that pop up in a video and that are clickable. Unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken, or it has been fixed, these don't work on mobile devices. Now, this is the old school version of posting links into the video. The Creator Studio. This is where you fix your videos and set up your live streams and watch your analytics and so forth. Custom URLs, which is the shortened version of the long-ass link of your channel. In my case, it would be youtube.com/c/whitesithmale instead of the mix of letters and numbers it would be otherwise. Everyone will still be able to access this, but you still need to meet these requirements. The channel needs to have existed for at least 30 days, and you need to have at least 100 subs. You need an avatar and channel art. If you meet these criteria, you can apply for a custom URL. Custom thumbnails. Now this is where you make your own thumbnails for each video, in what manner you see fit that works with the video. This is a nice tool so that all videos don't look the same before you click them. End screen annotations. Now, this one is a mix of both keep and lose. You get to keep the ability to make end screens annotations, however, you will lose the ability to use annotations to link to sources outside of YouTube. Hence, you cannot link your Patreon or other support page, you cannot link your merch store, your own website, or anything like that if you don't fulfill the 4K hour mark and 1,000 subs. Now, this one is probably the one that will hurt me most, since most of my income from making videos come from patrons. And if I can't link my Patreon page, there's a very big risk that very few people will find my Patreon, should they ever want to consider becoming a patron. When it comes to live streams, schedule uploads, and analytics, these will not be affected by the new regulations. Prior rules apply to live streaming as it did before. Things we will lose, however. Super Chat. Now, this one I'm not very fussed about. Partly because YouTube takes a huge share of the pie, and partly since I hit 1K subs, I have gotten 0 Super Chats when I've live streamed. Probably because my donations generally go through Streamlabs. So I'm not concerned about Super Chat at all. There is, of course, a lot of streamers who rely on Super Chat donations. This will affect them a lot if they don't hit the goal. As I said earlier, if it does affect you, try using Streamlabs or a similar service instead. Sponsorships. Don't really know what this is, but I'm guessing that it's something like Patreon but on YouTube. Nonetheless, I have 0 sponsorships either, so it will not impact me at all. But it might impact some other creators though. Right. And there we have it, folks. In my opinion, it's a whole lot of fuss over nothing. Sure, some channels that might be on the edge of the goal and still gain a lot of money from their videos, yeah, for them it would suck. But as the email clearly stated, and I believe this statement, especially when looking at my own stats, 99% of the channels affected earn less than $100 a year. If you're a small channel dreaming of making it big, I would suggest focus on making videos because you enjoy making them. That should be your main concern, because all of us will not make it big. We will not be able to live off our content creating. Very few will. Same as with any profession really, especially if you compare it to sports, American football, hockey, track, or whatever it may be. For every one person that makes it big and can make a living off the thing they love to do, there are hundreds of thousands of promising athletes that never will. So create videos for yourself and the audience you've gotten so far. Focus on that and not on the money, and eventually you will get over the goal. This is, of course, unless YouTube decides to move the goalposts again. But that's a topic for another day. Have a great day, all. Take us out of here, Yippo.
I think the